Hello, Necro. Not this old fart. Like, what do you want?
Nice work against Sonya last week, LJ.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You mean after you mean
right.
I don't see.
Literally don't even care about this storyline. We're doing the Queen's crown tournament, which, like, whatever. Like, I'm not really in it, this storyline. Excuse me. I think last time we did the Money in the Bank storyline, and we currently have the briefcase for that.
This wrestler grew up in the business, and now she's growing up before our.
You can't dream on the stars above. Oh, we're fighting Selena. Work. Work. Oh. Okay.
You gotta love Ben Spartan making it clear you can't push her out of this tournament that easily.
Who is outside the ring? Who is that? Do I know you? Blows a kiss. No, let me at her, ref. Let me at her. Let me at her. Zelina actually followed me recently on Twitter. Love that queen. No, what's up, Selena? Like, what's up? Oh. Bitch!
And now thrown back into the ring. Selena whips her into the ropes.
Hey, get off me! Oh! Who even is that bitch? Oh! Oh, bocce girls. She wasn't on the ref. She wasn't on the ropes, ref. Like, please fix your eyes. I hate this move. Jesus Christ. I literally look like insane with that. Like, don't make that face. Like, please. Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh! Oh! The bones cracking. Did you hear that?
Trying to find a way to attack, but completely wiped out. Gets put into the barricade.
What's up, dances?
She re-enters the ring now.
Oh, I'm levitating.
Completely unbothered, Zelina. Refusing to let her get into
Okay.
Kick lands.
Oh.
Gives them separation. Running clothesline.
I didn't. Oh, no. Wait, actually, wait, we can use this to our. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny.
It was a daring decision that didn't provide the expected result.
Yeah, stupid. Clothesline. She's starting to tire a little.
And hanging tough, but beginning to
What, ref, what? Count it, ref. This is it.
Sends off the 3 count.
Who is this ma'am in the bob outside the ring right now trying to gag me? No, like, what's up? Like, what's up? Like, I literally want to fight you. Like, literally, what's up? What's up? Like, literally, what? Ah! It won't let me target the other bitch.
Zelina Vega, nothing but disrespect for her opponent.
And that definitely made solid impact.
Get off me! Oh! Oh, the Sasha Banks homage.
She turns it right around with a counter. Oh,
Bitch!
slam.
Girl, let me in the ring.
Springboard.
Oh! Oh, my booty.
Wildly throwing your body out of the ring like that is more often than not gonna provide such a result.
That was an example of bold.
Oh my god, she just whipped me into the...
Zelina was scattered there.
Seeing an answer for every move attempted. And one more reversal. Talk about evenly matched here.
To the sky.
Oh, oh, that would injure her IRL. That was bad. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Eat.
That was coming in hot at breakneck speed.
Going fast and living dangerously.
No, bring her in the ring.
Throws her back in from ringside. Up to the top.
Oh god, she's gonna reverse this because I took too long. God damn it. Oh, that might be it.
Zelina won't come back after that.
There's two.
Nice.
Here is your winner. Name it. This was as dominant a win as I've ever seen, guys.
Never a doubt. Barely a moment's suspense. This
I don't know. I think you do, but... Taking best shot, baby. I'll be fine. That's my man's theme song. Wesley, love him. That's my man. That's my man. If when he loses the title, you can call back to this clip. I'm going to lose my mind when he loses that title. Like, I'm literally going to be bawling my eyes out. And I low-key feel like he's going to lose it at Stand and Deliver. Because I feel like someone's going to return and, like, challenge him for the title. And it's going to be a squash or something. I'm literally going to cry. Because he has a mystery opponent at Stand and Deliver. So I'm like, oh.
Now that
Maybe next
don't
time.
lose.
You're right,
Take care
head.
of
Wait, I want to change my moveset. Like, some of these moves are, like, not giving. That hair pull move, girl, it's tired. I can't. I changed some of these moves, though. Like, I remember us sitting here and changing these moves. Why is it Asuka in the top right? What's happening? Hello? Wait, this has to be a bug. Oh no, we're good. Okay, well this needs to be a big boot. I'm a big boot crawl. I would do 500 big boots. I would be Carmella up in this bitch. Why do all these big boots suck? What? What the? You can't have the running big boots at ringside? That is stupid! How does that make sense? You're ringside. What the? Why was that so loud? Okay. Bizarre. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what the? Oh, I love Dolph Ziggler's finisher, the zigzag. I'm looking for that fucking hair move. Also, I hate this. We need to change this. Okay, well, there's actually nothing that is good replaceable with it. I guess elbow drop, because, like, that's my finisher. Do the different color of the moves? Yes, correct. You're right. They do show what Impact does better. Not that it necessarily matters. I don't think it really matters. I've never, like, gone through a match and been like, I'm gonna target this person's legs. It just, and for me, it's just like damage. Okay, seriously, where is that move? Like, I literally can't find the running moves and I can't find the fucking... Like, why is it so hard to find the moves in this fucking thing? Where is running? Not weight detection, because I've literally changed this 1,000 times and this still won't change my in-game performance. There's no way. Finisher. No. 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 Maybe I can message Phoenix and he might know. Oh, my phone's in the other room. If anyone's gonna know, it's probably him. Ground, rope. Oh, right here, right here. It's right here. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe I found it. Jesus Christ, finally. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Okay, what do I have? Welcome back. I like that one. I had another running one. I don't know what this one. Oh, it was the knee strike. Where's the knee? Okay, perfect. Needed that to be done with. Now we need to find that tired ass. Moves. We need to find that one for the ground. But it's not here. Unless I'm crazy. It should be like something with like hair or something. Seated. It's so obnoxious. Meteora, I cry. Whatever. I can't find it. Bree mode!
Now,
You're right.
Yes. Just let me go to the match. You said I was gonna have a match. Just let me go. Just let me go. What? Like, what's T though? They need to fix that. It's an AMD issue. I forgot. They said it's an AMD issue. I have to see if my drivers can update to fix the eye issue. The blackout eye. That's so stupid.
It's the superstar who's driven to live up to all the hype.
What? I'm fighting Bianca Belair. Hello?
8 competitors, 7 matches, 1 transatlantic flight, and it all comes down to this. A final contact. Belair into the quick cover.
What?
Quick kick out from her there.
definitely looks in a hurry to finish.
Oh, there's that animation again.
Nothing fancy about that. And Belair gets beat to the punch. Springboard misses.
Oh, that was good.
Planted with a face buster. She's got the shoulders down.
This is 3.
And she kicks out. And her opponent isn't going to hand her a fast win.
Eat.
That was the best one I've ever seen. Oh, what a kick.
What?
Here we go. I don't think Zelina's quite ready to walk away from this tournament.
Zelina?
Oh, looks like it's just mind games. We'll see what impact that has on this match.
I can't move.
Counters. Oh, clothesline. Ooh, what a forearm club. Thunderous club.
So is Bianca not the champion in this game? Like, what is happening?
Elbow smash. Drop kick.
Oh, great height.
Things taking a turn for her now. She can withstand the punishment, though. Oh. Drop kick to the face.
Yeah, I guess Piper is the champ. Work, I guess. Oh!
Another reversal. Eye for an eye here. And both athletes showing that they have each.
Oh no! Where did that come from?
Close this out.
Shoulders down.
Kicks out at
Oh my god.
everyone in the ring.
Bianca telling her opponent.
What the?
"Come get some."
Bianca, please. Please, I don't want to do this, girl. We're like besties. Like, come on. What?
Great body control. Carefully placed stop to the arm.
Girl, we're like, we're, oh, okay.
Hurt the shoulder. Waiting for a
Oh, she's about to do her 450. Nope, not for me, girl. Nope.
from the top. Oh, God.
My goodness, that did not go as planned.
Might have been a bad play.
That's what I thought. Bianca Del Rio.
Great strength being shown here. Oh my gosh, what impact. She shoots up the top rope.
Dangerous thinking.
And back into the ring she goes.
From way up.
Oh my god, I knocked out the ref! Oh my god!
Drop kick. She's showing signs of slowing now.
Yeah, Belair was staking her claim as the EST. There.
Oh my god! Thank god I knocked out the ref. Because she hit me with her signature.
To reverse that maneuver.
Oh my god. Oh no, she's gonna get the ropes! Ah, that's it. Oh! Oh!
That'll leave a mark.
I know, they should like, if you accidentally knock out the ref, he should be like out for like ever, like in real life.
Oh my goodness. From the ground up.
Oh.
Belair getting
Oh, Jesus.
Look out! Splash! She is being destroyed in there. And this is, well, it's not looking good.
What?
An incredible win for Bianca Belair. 8 competitors, 7 matches, 1 transatlantic flight, and it all comes down to this. A final contest.
You guys didn't see that first match. That one didn't count.
The Queen's crown.
Either way, it's clear those 8 competitors were the right 8 competitors. Last minute replacement or not, this woman has proven she was the one who deserved the slot.
She can't be happy just to be here. Otherwise,
Ref, get the fuck out of the way! He's in my way! It's his problem.
Needs to recover.
Girl, we get it. It's a fake out. It's a fake out, girl.
I don't think Zelina's quite ready to walk away from this tournament.
I'm kind of giving Zelina with this headpiece, though.
Impact that has on this match.
What? What's up? What's up? This is it, ref. Count it. This is 3.
And the shoulders up in time.
What? What was that? This ref is on borrowed time. Do you see that slow motion ass count?
That kick will stop you in your tracks.
I'm so bullshit.
Looking bad for her here. Yeah, but 2
too soon to be worried. She anticipated that one.
What? What is going on? Hello? I'm being set up to fail.
Nothing fancy there.
Evades the attack.
Stunner. Bianca is certainly fighting from behind now.
Bianca here in a disheartening position.
Launching. Picture perfect leg drop from the top.
Oh, she just reversed it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, nice reversal. Let's count it, ref. Come on. Come on, we need to be fast with this one, ref. Oh, so now you want to count fast, ref. Okay, I see you for the type of person you are. If the ret gets hit, they get... Is that true?
Oh, what a chop.
She adjusts it and reverses it. Down they go. And again. Picking up momentum.
Jesus.
Feeding off adrenaline. Boom, right to the midsection. Stomping down.
This is just establishing dominance.
Oh, what a stomp right to the chest. Are you kidding me? She got the shoulders down.
Not too much now, Bianca.
Shoulder up right away. I'm having a hard time believing that one. Belair gets countered. And it's evident that Bianca's got a target trained on her now.
There's been plenty of action
What?
in this match, and the cost of that is really showing now.
Somebody help me.
Beautiful moonsault. Wow, did that just happen? Something's about to go either very wrong or
She's about to do her 450. I'm scared. Actually, what's happening right now? Stop this. I'm literally about to get pinned because my thing keeps glitching. Like, stop. Oh!
Miss right there. Oh, it's coming.
That was my finisher. Pin her.
Not looking good for Bianca.
And a kick out.
Bianca is proving she can take on.
Why do I keep missing that? Like, what the? Oh!
Executed perfectly, but still was not enough. Good night. What a stunner.
What?
Coming.
Ah!
Hits the mark.
Missed timing with that springboard.
We'll try that again.
Arabian press.
Looking for the victory. 2. Somehow managed to keep this match going.
Girl, you saw that though. It wasn't bocce. Like, what do you mean? That was so annoying. I like landed it, but it didn't like.
Holding on by a thread, maybe even less at this point.
Bianca's losing any remnants of
Like, what's up? Like, what's up? What's up?
Unable to find breathing room.
No, girl, my character needs to breathe. That's what needs to happen.
Able to avoid
Ah!
the arm there.
Oh, she was about to do her finisher and I reversed it.
able to reverse that one. Oh, what a kick.
Oh, oh, she's gonna get the ropes. Oh,
Is it enough? The cover. Powers out.
oh my God.
No way. No way. I refuse to believe that wasn't 3.
Me too. That's 3.
What a great move.
2 count. She kicks out. I don't believe
Simply none.
What?
Not a quit in Bianca Belair. She looks like she could do this all day.
confidence must be waning as she hits the opposition hard, but still can't get the fall.
Not this being the first match of the tournament too. Oh! She tried to hit me with it! She just tried to hit me with her brain! I reversed it though, I dodged it. That was a good finish. Did you see her try to hit me with the hair? I gasped!
Belair looks on wondering what might have been.
For most royals, the bloodline is most important, and apparently WWE is no different.
Oh, come on, Saxton. She earned it in the ring. And what queen is ever
You deserve it.
drama?
You deserve it.
Might be up for debate.
Oh, I won. Oh my God, my Burger King crown.
Wearing the crown.
Wait, that was the finals? I thought we were... Can this get serious? Okay, well, you're making me mad. Okay, now you're really pissing me off. I want to interview Sonya. That'd be fierce. One of the only reasons I really want to go to WrestleMania weekend for the interviews is because I really want to interview Kelly, but I also really want to interview Lana because Lana's going to be there. And Lana says she loves a drag show. Bitch, I show up in full drag. She's going to be like, yes, queen, honey, slay. So I really want to go for that. Because she brought everybody to a drag show at Total Divas. I want to go. I want to meet Lana. I don't even think I would be able to go to Mania. I think I would literally just go to the WrestleCon and meet all the girls, but we'll see how it goes. If I want to go, I have to decide tonight. Or maybe the next couple days, because I sent out messages to my sponsors to see if they could sponsor it so I could go out. But I don't even know if I'd be able to go to WrestleMania. Possibly, I don't know.
Congratulations, Your Majesty.
Thank you.
You'll forgive me if I don't bow. At my age, if I go down, I might never get back up.
I wish you would. Oh, sorry. Is this person real or is it just an AI?
As long as you're doing it in spirit.
Quite right. So how's it feel?
Like the crown was made to sit on my head. I knew I
I thought she was going to say like the crown was going to sit on my face. I was like, girl, calm it down.
I'm surprised Zelina didn't try anything more. I guess she was as scared to cross me as she is annoying.
Okay, not too much on Zelina.
I agree. I expected more from Zelina, some kind of tomfoolery. Oh, speaking of, there was a small incident in the lockers during your match. Don't look like anything's been nicked, but someone silly stringed everyone's bags. Dumb prank, but guess it's someone's idea of a good time.
Someone silly stringed my bags?
Weird.
What are we, 5?
Are you heading straight back to the States, or are you gonna hang around a bit? I know some folks at my
I've got to get back.
I'll
Maybe
load you to it, love.
What do you mean silly stringed my bags? Like, are we actually 5? Zelina stole my passport? She stole my passport and is making it so I can't get home to the States. Isn't this illegal? Yes, congrats on your 36 months, safety, 3 years. Thanks, bestie. Love you so much. I do's it. I loves it. I did it. I fuck it. What the? Where are we? I would not want to wrestle here. What in the... Ooh, the lighting. Ooh, don't make that face. They got no lights over here. No lights, no budget. Okay, the face card is kind of serving though. I don't know. It kind of does look like me though. I don't know. What? Oh, Zelina's little friend. I literally have no idea. Where are we right now? Remember when they... I don't want to wrestle here. I'm scared. Are you good, miss? Oh! Oh, she got gagged. Yeah, is this sanitary? Like, literally the duct tape. Like, there might as well be a poop stain on the ring. Oh, I gagged her. Wait. Get in the ring, bitch. This is 3. Count it, ref. That was 3. I'm sure of it. Oh. Oh, she did the animation this time. That animation is so tired. What is her name? Beth? What, Selena? What's up? Like, what's up, though? What, you gonna get disqualified? Oh, how? Wait a second. This is... Wait, ref, disqualify her. Wait, ref, what? Ref, disqualify her! Ref! Ref! Ah! Give me this kendo stick, bitch. Yeah, this is your friend, but can this stop? Okay, not too much. I live for that animation. I hate it. It happens like all the time. Oh. The bear hug submission. This submission is so silly, IRL. You really want me to believe that someone's gonna tap out to you hugging them? Like, please. Watch this, though. It's no DQ, bitch! No, what's up, though? What's up? I love that they added taunting with the weapons. Oh, I broke it. Oh, she's done. If it's no DQ, let me do this. What's up, Beth? You're done, Beth. Just give it up. Sorry, let me wedge this over here. I'm pressing. Okay. Excuse me, Beth. I need to do this. If you would please shut the fuck up. I disagree. I think that should have been 3. You're not going anywhere. Where are you going? Oh, she's struggling. Oh! Brima! Well. No, you need to get stuck. What the? Hello? If you want to fight, I will literally fight you so good. With a kendo stick? You want a kendo stick in this fight, bitch? I'll show you a fucking kendo stick. Give me a second. I have a feeling this is gonna miss. That's it. Yeah, keep it classy, Miss Beth. And your little friend, Zelina. I can't. What an interesting arena we just wrestled in. That was very interesting. Can I have my passport back? That's literally a federal crime. She just stole it. She's like, yeah, I silly stringed your bags. Like, okay. Oh. Oh, I'm back home in the States. Oh, now I gotta deal with this bitch. I can't.
So I've been thinking about how to handle my cash-in for a tag team champ.
Again with this my thing.
What? Are we supposed to decide by committee? Hold a vote or something?
That sounds fair.
How's that gonna play out? I vote for my way and you vote for yours? Besides, holding the money in the bank briefcase isn't just about being skilled in the ring. It's about being sneaky too.
I can be sneaky.
No, I can see it now. You walk up to the champs, politely
I can play.
then
Fine.
I forgot. We already saw this cutscene, but we did the Queen's side quest first. 4, 3, 2, 1. They have one of the better theme songs nowadays. Oh, hi Shotzi. What's T girl? Oh, wow, wow.
Does anyone know what the issue is between these two superstars?
Who knows? But the
I thought
referee is turning
Tamina and Asuka were the tag champs, right? Oh.
It's official. Shotzi's scheduled match against Lacey Evans has been replaced by a match against the insurgent rookie.
Apparently, one half of the brief.
I have a name. I don't like that they don't say your name. I want them to say my name.
Thrilling tag team Money in the Bank victory. And let me tell you, I'm digging it.
Oh man, meeting the barricade, evading offense. Guys, they're getting way too close for comfort here.
Yeah, I've seen this before, and it doesn't end well. And now she's climbing to the top turnbuckle.
From the top. You gotta be kidding me.
Just crashing down with high impact.
Brought back into the ring from the floor now. Shoulders down. This could be the one that does it for her. She's still got something left.
Getting out of that by the skin
Huh.
of their teeth.
Oh!
Knee to the face.
With the counter.
Bachi. That needs to be changed in my moveset. Some of the moves just don't have good hitboxes.
She had it scouted. That offense really hitting her hard.
At this stage of the match, they are clearly starting to feel the effects of this back and forth.
Springboard into a...
Oh!
That is
That was nasty. Eat, mothers, eat.
Their own well-being.
Do they have that one move Ronda and Shotzi did on the apron in the game? By chance?
Oh, what a kick.
Not done yet.
Uh-oh. This is gonna be on the ropes.
Climbing
Do they really? Oh no.
Reversal after reversal. These two are ready.
What the fuck?
Not so fast. Hurricane Rana.
Good grief.
And she had Shotzi's number there.
I have literally no stamina right now.
Somehow she's still in this match. It's unbelievable.
Shut up, she did it. I'm dead.
Come on, ref.
Not me saying using the he said using the ropes for leverage and I didn't even do that. Okay. Oh my god, Shotzi just broke her neck. Did you hear that? Marshall, don't be nasty. Not too much.
And that failed to hit the mark.
Okay.
Turnbuckle's the only thing keeping her upright.
reckless abandon being shown.
And paying off as well.
Okay.
Can Shotzi survive?
This match is botchy.
She throws her back in.
This is it. Just count it. Thank you. That was not a good match. They would talk about us on Twitter after that match. They'd be like, oh my god, did you see Shotzi and Nem's match? That was pretty slow, pretty botchy. People would not be pleased. The AMD graphics card is blacking out my teeth and my eyes. Like, it's so weird. Like, why? I need a PS5. I think that's just what we need to come to consensus to. I want one. What was that? At NemesisLacroix? Honestly, nothing personal. I was just trying to prove a point. Not the devil emoji. Please get real. It's like using the pleading emoji on the TL. Like, come on, shut up.
Happy now? See? I can be surprising. I don't have to always play by the book.
The apology on social media after the fact really drove home how much of a threat you are.
I just wanted her to know I didn't have anything against her.
Fine. I've got to head out now, but get your lame thoughts in order and we'll talk about it next week.
Ugh, you're the worst.
That is so... Honestly, I can see that, but that's like so rotted if they do. But very much can see that being reality. Ah! What the fuck, bitch? What, you wanna go? Why is she in gear but I'm not? I'm in my lowest Griffin attire. Trying to make me submit in the parking lot, girl? Get serious. The groaning? Yeah, bitch. Slow. The slow picking up the chair? Oh, but Shotzi moved fast. Okay, this is not real. Very unrealistic. Oh my god! You wanted to fight, Shotzi? I'll fight you, girl. Yeah, you're scared, huh? Come on, Shotzi. I want to do the light fixture thing. I don't think I'll have time for it, though. Hold on. My god, they run out of stamina so fast in this game, dude. I'm not even going to be able to carry her to this table. I'm going to run out of stamina. Because that's what I wanted to do. Okay. Move out of my way. I'm going up here. I'm out of here. Dances a little bit. Come on, you guys. Oh, don't taunt at me, bitch. How do you do the light fixture thing if it's... Can you throw somebody over this? Oh, doink. It's like right here. Oh. Good morning. Oh, doink. No, what's up, Shotzi? What's up? What's up? Like, what's up? Like, what's up? Stop banging me off the set. Oh, she just reversed my finisher. Fuck. Doinking? I can't. When I throw her over this. Oh! Okay, so we do it again, but the other side. Oh, my bad, my bad. I was supposed to do the other way. It's okay. Whatever. We'll figure that out another day. Okay, this controller's on its way out. I'm gonna have to buy a new controller and I'm not happy about it. No DQ again. Why is it not letting me use a table in no DQ matches? Like, why?
It's the second generation superstar who's here. The red hot rivalry between Shotzi and her opponent is about to get the temperature.
So am I the heel? I am.
SmackDown.
These two have already thrown the rule book out of the window.
What?
So what better way to settle things than a
Shotzi, get serious.
Bring on the chaos.
And Shotzi didn't see that coming.
Drops the elbow.
Oh my God, what an elbow.
Stops the incoming attack with a knee to the face.
She will wisely return to the ring now.
Slam.
And that was a precisely measured attack.
Oh. Oh.
And they just busted out an impactful maneuver. She scores big with the counter. Compromised position here.
Are you kidding me? And it has got to be demoralizing just being tossed outside the ring like that.
Oh, they can worry about their feelings later. Right now,
No, you just glitched it so we can't use the table now, dumbass.
Getting dangerously close to our desk.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Snapmare could set something else up.
That offense taking a toll on her. Forearm right to the jaw.
Running Hurricane Rana.
Fantastic.
And just like that,
A stop sign.
Up a notch. Ooh, slam. With
Huh.
authority.
I still haven't done a War Games match. We need to do that. Oh!
Oh, I hope they back up. They're
Homage to Liv Morgan.
Well, no one's paying attention to you, Saxon. They're too busy beating the tar out of each other.
Jawbreaker.
Mmm.
Answering back.
Look at this, going counter for counter. Reversals, reversals, and more reversals.
And well-timed maneuver there.
This fight is going down right in front of our faces.
More close and
I'll take
personal
the
than
stop
that.
sign.
Good
Oh, she revert.
defense.
What? Give it back. Not this move. I hate
Using
it.
a handful of hair to deliver the snapmare. And this is even worse, my goodness.
No words. Okay. Clearly the stop sign is not a good weapon.
Over here.
Cole, quick, use Saxton as a human shield.
Okay. I finally hit it. Gagged.
Ooh. Big forearm. Vicious, downright savage club right there.
Jawbreaker. Call it Dennis. She's taking some big hits here.
Don't you dare.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Well, this is a warning to grab our stuff and go.
Keep it in the ring, please. Saxton's a very fragile boy.
Okay.
One step ahead
Oh.
of Shotzi there.
We're giving the WWE Universe a front row
Oh, I
seat
have to hit her with a baseball bat?
Really no telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
Is this the baseball bat?
Grabbing a bat, and here I am without any peanuts.
Battling at ringside can be very unforgiving. You have to be careful out there.
No protection out here.
I hate when they
No
give us a
safe
list of moves to do. It pisses me off for some reason.
Getting carried around. Bad spot to be in. Oh, man. She's in pretty bad shape now.
This has just been an absolute massacre.
And Shotzi reverses it.
Stop Shotzi in her tracks outside the ring with a stop sign.
She
Oh,
always-
the sound effect. Oh!
That's gonna hurt. Oh man, they do not care who or what they destroy.
Ma'am, I need the stop sign underneath you, so could you move over a little bit? Okay.
Next is anyone's guess.
All right.
To see.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Shotzi, don't make me do this, girl. I don't want to do this to you. Put that down.
Good night. Sorry. Saw it coming and slowed it down with the back elbow.
Okay, I need you to move. Go over there. Oh my god, it's stuck. I'm the redhead. Shotzi, please. Let loose. Shotzi. Okay.
Able to avoid there.
Step up Enziguri. Right in the ear.
Like, doing these objectives just makes the game so unenjoyable. I hate it.
She's going under the ring now.
Like, let me do the match. Like, let me make my shit up. Like, why are you bossing me around?
In the event of any rogue ninja attacks.
And this match will head back to the ring.
We're seeing the same aggression here that we saw during that pre-match attack last week.
Like, one of them are...
Rodriguez.
What the fuck is Raquel doing here?
Shotzi was used to prove a point. Raquel and Shotzi haven't always seen eye to eye, but these two came up together in NXT. I guess that counts for something.
Either that or she just wanted in on the fun of this no DQ match. All this is perfectly legal.
And so was that. Ava Marino from behind. This team may not have cashed it in yet, but that briefcase is proving to be pretty handy.
Shotzi with a roll-up.
Ava slides the briefcase in, and she...
Oh, that was kind of cunty. I'm not gonna lie.
She got the win.
Work.
The briefcase did turn out to be the determining factor.
Spicy, thank you for the follow.
Some teamwork too. Something that we haven't seen yet from this pairing. They may not have chosen each other initially, but maybe this tag team does have what it takes.
No, 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 don't get used to it. No. We're not friends. We're not. Don't. No. Not enemies to lovers. No. I do not like her. No. And that will not change.
That was unexpected.
You defending me in the ring?
Thank you,
Certainly
Sailor.
was.
I was talking about Raquel. We're tag team partners. It's not like I don't like you.
You have literally told me before that you don't like me, Ava.
Fair point. But I didn't know you. You were just some new girl coming in to take my spot.
I wasn't trying to take anyone's spot. I was trying to start my career.
Sure. But your journey to WWE was very different than mine. You started with the WWE legend in the family. Your support system was in the business already. You even knew some of the crew. I had none of that. Things have always been harder for me, and it was difficult seeing you get an opportunity right off the bat.
Did it help that I crashed and burned in my debut?
It certainly did not hurt.
Real.
I can't control what family I was born into any more than you can. We're bound to have different perspectives and experiences.
You're right. Probably explains why I find some of the stuff you do so annoying. You know, besides just the fact that you're the entitled niece of a legend.
You're just kinda mean generally, huh?
See? Now we're really getting to know each other. Which is actually a good thing if we're going to work together on this cash-in. Let's finally have that talk and figure out how we're going to do it.
No.
Speaking of... Ava, where's the briefcase?
I thought you had it.
No, I don't. You don't know where it is?
Oh.
I do not.
Well, this is not great.
Girls! Okay, calm it down. It's a loading screen. I eat, sleep, drink! So cringe. I'm sorry. Love you, Miss Ripley. I used to stan. Okay. What did I miss? Nothing really. We played Bayonetta for a bit, but I won Queen's Crown.
To go to Shotzi and Raquel and tell them to give our briefcase back. They're not listening to us.
Hate to say it, guys, but WWE briefcase law has always been pretty vague. I'm not sure if possession is 9/10 of the law, but it's certainly a fractional value of some sort.
But
What?
they stole it from us! Stole it!
Ava, I'd expect you of all people to understand a bit of deviousness. But both of you save your breath. A decision has already been made. WWE management has decreed that you'll face them for the briefcase in a match next week.
That's not fair, Molly.
Didn't say it was, but that's what's happening.
Then we're going to use everything at our disposal to make sure they never try anything like this ever again.
I think I liked one of their songs, but it was only one. The song. Excuse me. Oh my god, I wish you could just turn off entrances. I can't. Let's watch Raquel's and how her hair messes up her back entrance.
And ready to brawl. And from Rio Grande Valley, Texas, Raquel Rodriguez. And NXT Rodriguez won the first ever Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. We're the first ever NXT Women's Tag Team Champions.
Well, Cole, you can bet Raquel has some more firsts in store for the main roster. The personification of dominance in NXT and WWE since day one.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that Raquel Rodriguez is getting better with every
Right.
Even when she makes short work of her opponent.
Nice back, I guess. I don't understand the appeal of that. Like, what are you... I don't... Like, I'm trying to be understanding. I just don't understand, like, why are you flexing your back? Like, I just
After a
don't...
shocking turn of events, Ava Moreno and her partner's Money in the Bank briefcase is back up in the air tonight against Shotzi and Raquel Rodriguez.
Well, it's not
What's up, Shotzi, bitch?
because its new owners, Shotzi and Raquel, have refused to disclose its whereabouts. Although I guess it could be in the air somewhere.
Are the heights accurate to in real life? Because I really don't think I am the same height as Raquel Rodriguez. Like, is Raquel 5'11"? Like, I don't think the heights are accurate at all.
Fistfuls of hair into the snapmare. Oh my God, this is just nasty.
Oh, kick connects.
Saw that coming.
She's trying to create space.
Oh, man.
Running STO plants him.
Nicely done.
Devastating kick.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, a strong impact. This match is spilled out to the ringside area, and as we can see, tension's really running high now.
Yeah, we should probably clear the way, guys.
Go tag your partner,
Raquel
bitch.
interrupts the attack.
I'm just gonna let her, because she's gonna tag Shotzi.
Uh-oh. There's the backbreaker. And a hammer fist right across the collarbone.
The communication between these two is evident by that move. Oh, and she turns.
Shotzi ducks. Nails a discus forearm. This could be the moment that officially puts the briefcase in the hands of Shotzi and Raquel.
What's Shotzi doing?
It's the stolen Money in the Bank briefcase. They said it was in a safe place.
I guess the safe place was under the ring, Byron.
The original briefcase winner counters. She's the one who's taking
Eats.
advantage of the referee distraction now.
Eats.
Well, it's over, but that's probably not the ending.
Okay.
And the ownership of the Money in the Bank briefcase is officially returned to the original winners.
Hopefully now
Deserved.
it's behind them and officially
You deserve it.
for the tag team champions.
You deserve it.
For the briefcase from now on.
I feel like Ava's gonna hit me with this one of these times. Ava's gonna hit me. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm over the storyline.
Okay, that was fun.
Shut up.
And look how far you've come. Got the timing right this time, and the ref didn't see a thing. If you had used the chair that fast in our match, I would have been done.
I still don't like it, but I see your point. Fighting.
That's my girl. Knew there was a little rebel in you, LJ.
John, thank you for the
Now
follow.
that's settled. We still need to decide how we're cashing in our briefcase.
Hour? Nice. And it's about time.
Nah, not when I'm starting to think you might not be the worst person ever.
Generous.
Let's take out our aggression on other people who are arguably worse than you. A beat the clock challenge. One of us takes Raquel, one of us takes Shotzi. Whoever wins faster gets to decide how we cash in.
I love it. I'll face Raquel.
Then I'll take Shotzi. Best of luck, partner.
I want to let her know that I can beat Raquel faster. Okay, this is I'm like tapping the remote and it disconnects. A-Town down. Oh. 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 I don't know. I want to move on to like actual girls in the roster. Like I don't want to fight this fucking bitch and work with her anymore. Like I'm done. I'm so done with her. Oh, I don't. This is not a safe space for Pat. I'm not a big fan.
Their stolen briefcase in a tag team match. Ava Moreno's partners now facing Raquel Rodriguez one-on-one. While earlier tonight, Ava took on Shotzi.
Maybe they wanted to teach Raquel and Shotzi individual lessons about stealing?
It feels like something other than morality is at play here, especially since these teammates have decided to turn this into a beat-the-clock challenge.
And Ava set a tough time to beat at 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Oh, and that will keep Rodriguez at bay. Taking this one back to the ring now.
I don't know if they're going to have any taste buds left after that.
And did you hear the impact of that?
With a clothesline. Oh!
And Raquel's resolve might be wavering here.
You got to wonder, what does this do to Raquel's confidence?
Oh, and she got out there. And there was some force on that move.
What the fuck?
Is it enough here?
Girl! You're a joke.
Quick kick out.
Just looking for ways to wear out her opponent.
Uh-oh. Look at this.
Uh-oh is right. Fallaway slam. Just a perfect mix of pure power and bad intentions.
Oh, that'll turn your skin red. And what a maneuver she got her down. Is this it? She powers out immediately there.
She's still got a lot of stamina left.
I don't like it. I think it's so cringe. I don't think he has anything to offer. He doesn't even know anything about any of the competitors. Like he doesn't have any knowledge on anything in the wrestling. Like it's like actually kind of stupid. Sorry. It like makes me mad. Like he doesn't even study or like try to even figure out people's names.
And a kick out before even one there.
Doesn't bode well if you still can't get more than a 1 count by now.
And a big move. Oh, man.
Fuck. I'm not gonna beat this, I don't think.
Oh, what a clothesline.
Not if she does this 5-minute long move.
And another.
Adding insult to injury a third time?
No way.
Shot after shot. Ruthless striking. She's able to get out of the way. Great officiating as the ref noticed she was on the ropes.
This could be big. Going up high.
Sinking elbow.
No way Raquel's getting up now.
There's two. Oh, she's still alive.
I think it took everything Raquel had left in her to power out of that pin attempt.
Was not able to seal the deal with her best move. Now from the top.
Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked up.
Rodriguez with the nice turnaround.
Big forearm.
Rolling elbow. She's going for it. And still in this.
She just dug down deep there, but I don't know if she'll be able to do it again.
This one is headed outside, guys.
Springboard elbow.
Oh no. Oh god, she's gonna fucking...
No way. Cross body.
Whoa.
Just a devil-may-care attitude on full display.
Going for broke, and it pays off. Come on. Aw.
Time is up, and this ends in a draw.
Wonderful. Wasn't even my fault, it's Raquel's fault, because she's a dumb fucking bitch and always botches everything in real life. Oh, sorry.
Tough break, LJ. But a deal's a deal. You weren't able to beat my time. I've got a plan to cash in the briefcase. When you're ready to make a move and go for it, let me know.
Fair is fair.
Girl, let's end this storyline. I can't. Get me out of here. I don't want to be with this bitch anymore, please.
I'm on my own, against the wall. The pressure's building, but no, I will never fall. Instead of crying,
Oh, thank you, Blue. Appreciate it. I appreciate you. I had a blast. It was honestly so much fun.
Ready to cash in the briefcase for...
I'm
I
ready.
could not
You
remember
want-
how we lost. Let's do it again. Precise.
Okay. Let's just say I was glad to be in the stadium for Rumble, that I didn't have to listen up half on commentary. When he came out, I was like, oh.
Another decisive victory from the tag team champions, Asuka
What
and
the?
Tamina.
Just a second, Byron. We're getting some breaking information on a possible security issue. It seems that the reported theft of the tag team Money in the Bank briefcase has been linked back to the champions, Asuka and Tamina.
That's one way to
To mother.
maintain your momentum.
They don't even have any evidence.
Why did they
need their
cinch
hands
Tamina
off the
so
tapes.
fiercely?
What's going on here?
That security guard found the briefcase. It was never stolen to begin with.
Hang on, that isn't a security guard. That's Ava Moreno.
And Ava
The
is
glasses?
behind the champs in the ring.
This was all a plan.
Are you kidding me? This is foul play.
Call it what you like, but it looks like they're cashing in, and I, for one, think it was a brilliant strategy.
Asuka and Tamina just defended their titles and now must compete again.
Not me fighting in this.
Devious to cash in your briefcase, but pretending it's stolen and dressing up as security guards?
Stop!
That might be a step too far.
Ruins the whole thing. My God.
Calculated cosplay.
I agree, Byron. When it comes to cashing in a briefcase, nothing's off limits, and besides, you still have to win the match. And an impactful display of offense we just witnessed there.
And that one misses the mark.
These two battling to a dead heat with these reversals. Oh, new champ!
And the champ kicks out.
Able to squeeze.
I disagree. I think that was 3.
So close.
Springboard elbow. Pin attempt for the championship. Kick out just before 2.
Ava, can you deal with her so I can get us the titles, please? Wait, I actually don't want to win this, that I'm stuck with this bitch as the tag team champ. Hold on.
Superstar set up.
Uh-oh.
Asuka setting up.
And the champion finally ready to put this one away.
She pops the shoulder up and one.
I'm happy she did. I don't want this match to end.
A dangerous situation out here at ringside.
This could shorten your career.
Oh my God! Gut first into the barricade.
I think the crowd knows what we're about to see. Michinoku driver. We can have a new champion.
Makes the cover. Kicks out. Just kicks
Tamina watching? Real.
Believe it, we were a second away from a new champion. Are we
What the
close to
heck?
start of a new reign?
Can't put this one away even after that big maneuver. into the ring.
Tamina, get away.
She was clearly waiting for that.
Hard for the champ to fight back from this.
Truly fighting to the last breath, but we might be coming up on that soon.
From the top.
Oh, I don't have my finisher.
Asuka timed that one well. Connects on the kick.
Oh, she reversed my signature.
First the knife edge chop, and now continuing the attack on the knee.
Straight to the knee.
Oh, I dodge.
Back and rock you. Turning the tables there. Boom. Moving into the cover with the title on the line. New champion. New champion. And now Tamina sent ringside. Now a pin for the championship. And the pin is broken by the champion.
She's not done yet, but you have to believe that she's still in all sorts of trouble here.
Taken down with a body slam. And Apple's offense with a hurtful purpose. Strong kick. My goodness.
Oh my god.
And some effective offense with
I thought the cash-in was supposed to be like, we got a cheap shot so we can get the win easy. Oh my god.
I gotta be dreaming. There's
What the fuck? Ah! Ah! Oh, it glitched. It glitched. We won.
dicey position for Asuka.
crashing down hard.
The title might change hands.
Coming to the rescue.
Tamina, get serious.
The pin.
Oh! 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 The ref literally DJing up. Did you see that?
Shut up, Byron.
She's on our side.
Stops the kick.
Ooh, slows that down with a well-placed kick. And Asuka moves.
Placing them right where they want them, into the corner.
Body drop.
Oh, quite an effective counter. Bang it back with their own counter.
Driven down face first.
No, get back here. I'm not done.
Ooh, a tremendous combination put together there.
Right across the face. That unraveled on Asuka. Oh, what a kick.
Ava, I need you to get this bitch. We are never gonna win if you don't deal with this bitch.
Asuka could be moments away from her end.
There she goes. She's trying one more time.
This has to be it. Please, please. Please.
The champ's eyes look glazed over. 2.
Oh my god.
New women's tag team champion.
Oh my god, I'm the champion! Just kidding, I really don't want to be this champion. I don't.
Competitors shown in the ring. Does that mean these two superstars and champions are finally on the same page?
The scream.
Tonight they are, Saxton. It looks like the new champs are soaking in every moment of this championship celebration. After what they faced to get here, mostly each other, they deserve.
Not us winning in these ugly ass outfits. Like, girl, I can't. Ugh.
Toxic.
So when do we break up as a team? I'm sure that's coming. Because Triple H loves to do that. Okay, literally shut the fuck up, Justine. No one cares. KZZ, thank you for the follow. Sami Zayn being here? Hello?
OMG! Look who it is.
Hello to you too, partner.
Hey, we've been over this.
Ah, Yes.
Speaking of, as champions,
Why not?
I
Wolf?
love it. Yeah.
Open challenge. So can we lose this to lose the titles? Because I don't want to be tag titles with this bitch. We're fighting them again? I know. Oh my god, it's so upsetting. So upsetting.
The former tag team champs refuse to go away. You have to respect them answering the
Yeah, the one tag team in the division.
like indestructible villains in a horror movie.
A horror movie we've seen too many times. I think I speak for the WWE Universe when I say it's time for a new era in tag team dominance.
Will Asuka and Tamina regain their
My character's already out of stamina. Hello?
Or will the champions kick off Corey's new era in tag team dominance? It's time to find out. Great counter. Kick to the gut creates separation. And that was taking the attack to the competition with that.
Oh, nasty flipping senton.
A slingshot Arabian press.
It's incredible the inventiveness we are seeing on display here. She's
All right, Alex, thank you for the follow.
for a simple kick out.
Getting tossed.
Face first.
Champ's got the pin to retain. She kicks out at one.
Impressive to not even allow a 2 count at this juncture.
And that was an effective attack. What impact.
Oh, nasty flipping senton.
Nice cross body.
Uh-oh. Ill leg toss.
She just reversed it.
Over the arm. STO. Oh, that'll leave a mark. Wow,
And that was an efficient form of offense with that move.
No, it's not even. It's me! It's my face! How many times do I have to say it? It's my cosplay of Starfire.
Get some control.
Got on the ropes. That was a hell of a maneuver there, guys. She returns the favor there.
Over the arm.
Fuck.
STO.
Oh shit.
Asuka setting up with a power attack.
swinging the elbow to halt the offense.
A bad place to be for the challenger.
This is what the purpose of a tag team is. Don't be afraid to use the resources and help your partner offers. Am I being diplomatic enough, Cole?
And Asuka moves.
Oh!
Buster for the win to retain the championship.
And they're still in this.
The ref just not counting at all. Hi, Season Ninja. I'm doing good. I'm a little hungry, so I might end in a little bit. I'm pretty hungry.
Tangled here.
Thank you.
Absolutely planted. But champions need to finish the job. If there was any doubt
Easy.
victory over Asuka and Tamina, these champs just put those doubts to bed. I agree.
Okay, this is where we break up. Beat her down.
It's
Ah!
Brie and Nikki Bella. The
What the?
Simultaneous Bella Busters.
What the hell do the Hall of Famers want with the tag
You mean
champs?
the Garcia twins, not the Bella twins.
All about their tag team goals.
Keep it cute. I wish this would have happened IRL. So they can write it in the game, but not it happening IRL. Okay, okay, okay.
quite some time.
It's fine.
Just cut to the front of the line for a tag team title opportunity.
Don't ever underestimate the Bella's cutthroat mentality. There's a reason they're Hall of Famers.
I don't think the tag champions will be underestimating them after this.
Work.
Unbelievable.
So, like, is this, like, literally the storyline we have to do in this story? Like, what? Is there no solo run? I don't want to be, I don't... I don't want to do this. I want to be solo. It's honestly so iconic. The Bella Twins did literally everything they could in WWE and said, you know what, actually, F this, we out. Like, honestly, like, you can say anything you want about the Bella Twins, but they are, or the Garcia Twins, they are business women. Like, they know what to do. Like, I would literally take classes from them because they know the ins and outs of, like, everything. Like, they make such smart business tactics and moves. They are, like, so smart about everything. Like, you can't even clock them on that. I want to see you kick someone's ass IRL, please. Hi, babe. How you doing? I would love to. I want to train.
I didn't realize you were here tonight.
Last minute podcast.
Skipping.
Honestly, I always liked the Divas. Seems like your real issue was with WWE management.
Did I ever tell you I was supposed to give a retirement speech? After I found out I could no longer compete, I was going to have the chance to go out on Raw and have a proper farewell.
Okay.
I really wanted to thank the fans for supporting me throughout my career.
So what happened?
It was cut for time.
Wow.
You know, would be a real...
That sounds like a skill issue, and honestly, I would probably cut your time too because you're boring as fuck. So, I don't know. Maybe you just get better. Like what? Like what does she want? Do you want a cookie? Like, we get you're a Hall of Famer, we get you did this and that. Like, literally, who GAF? Are you done? Oh, load times. Okay. Take a seat.
It does seem like both of you always manage to keep busy, even before your surprise return. Groundbreaking reality shows, a podcast of your own. When you were in WWE before, you each held that Divas Championship, but whoa!
Oh! I would never.
Down is our show now. Stay in your lane.
Oh, get her, Nikki.
That's enough. You've done enough. Break it up.
What the hell are you thinking? Get them out of here, now!
I literally hate this. Good night, Keith. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, I hate the storyline. I hate the story right now. Love the Bella Twins being involved, but I wish I would have had the choice to do the tag division. I wish I would have had the choice to team up with somebody that I wanted to, not being forced into this. Like, it's actually, like, terrible. I'm not loving it. I'm gonna be honest.
What did the trainer say?
I'm okay. Maybe we...
Honestly, it would be tolerable if I could choose my tag partner opposed to being stuck with this girl. I can't. But you don't even have to do that. They could just, like, not voice act anything and just have it all be read out loud. Like, what? Is that really? Like, I would rather sacrifice voice acting than... Stupid. Whatever.
It's the superstar who's driven.
It's gonna play Look What You Can't Touch twice.
This fearless rookie may
What?
be fighting the Bellas by herself tonight, but she didn't come alone.
For the first time since Survivor Series, Justine is back.
Oh my god. Fucking Justine's here too. Girl, I can't take it.
About to boil over
Nikki never saw that coming.
She's gonna be like, I want to get in the ring. I miss being in the ring. I'm an old grandma and I got injured. I don't know why she's a mix of Cher and an old man, but I guess so.
And this is even worse. My goodness. Bam.
All measured up. Well scattered reversal there.
The things I would do to get back in that ring. Oh, I miss being in that ring. I love doing my podcast.
Splash in the corner. Leg drop across the back of the neck. Nikki counters the strike.
But Justine doesn't seem content to just sit on the sidelines.
Justine's doing everything she can to keep her niece in this match.
What's Natalya?
Natty!
And why is she helping the Bella twins?
Nikki nails the spear. And it's over.
Natalya's distraction is enough to help the Bellas help themselves.
In any event, I'm sure we haven't seen the last of this rivalry. Not with that ending.
And not with the Bellas continuing to stir things up here on SmackDown.
We still don't know why Natalya got involved, but it looks like Justine is even madder about it than her niece.
Okay, Natty's carrying the storyline, I must say. Now I'm interested in the storyline. Actually, I'm not. I hate the fucking Justine, Ava, my character story. It is terrible! Sorry. I'm being nasty.
It's no secret that I've butted heads with both the Bellas in the past. But I am done with the shade being thrown on them and the WWE Divas division. I'm not an idiot. I know what some people have said about the women involved in that era, both behind our backs and to our faces, or in some people's cases, hiding behind a keyboard on social media. But the truth is, the Divas division was made up of talented competitors.
Yes!
All looking for their opportunity to shine.
Yes!
Just like the women of today. As divas, we had to fight for everything we got. Whether it was a chance to speak or a 2-minute match. I would have thought a superstar who did her fair share of time in catering would understand taking advantage of every possible opportunity. Make no mistake, I am damn proud of how far this women's division has come. But I'm also proud of where we've been. It's time to respect the women who helped pave the way for the women's revolution.
Okay.
That includes the divas.
Okay.
And if anyone has a problem with that, they have a problem with me.
Exactly. Why didn't she cut that promo in real life? That was everything. Oh, talk your shit, Natty, because that's exactly true. All the fucking people on Twitter, especially the cis men, got a lot to say about the divas when they were running the fucking show, doing 2 to 3 minute matches. But they were running the show and keeping us entertained, and we think about them to this day. Exactly, Natty. Natty gets it. Natty gets it. Put some respect on the divas. Put some respect on the women. And going off that, induct more than one woman to the Hall of Fame every year. Get it together. Because they were really fucking doing the thing back in the day. What? We get to watch mediocre men's matches that they get to do whatever. Like, no one remembers half the fucking men that get inducted to the Hall of Fame sometimes. Like, oh, great, cool. Whatever. I'm glad they kept that in about the Divas division. Interesting though, they have a lot of talk about the Divas division and the Divas and all this stuff, but they don't want to add more Divas and DLC for the Divas girls? No offense, 2K choice, but you know, let's add some hairstyles to the creation suite and maybe we'll be satisfied for now.
Crazy that only 1 week out of action has made me this fired up.
Good.
Actually,
Justine's
listen.
Maybe you're
Oh, me
right.
too.
I can't. When does it end?
You feeling ready for your match tonight?
Ava and I are
I'm
good
here
to
to put a stop to any divas, naturally. And if Natalya and Beth want to take on that mantle tonight...
You mean what?
Sure, that's what
What is her problem?
That's really okay.
It's no problem.
Get away from me, you diva hater. Oh my god, you're so ugly. I knew you were ugly. I knew I couldn't trust you, you fucking diva hater. Get away from me, nasty. What's up? What's up?
Wait a second, what's happening? I didn't think the Bella Twins were here tonight.
The Bella Twins aren't, but the tag team champions are, and it looks like they're having more.
That's hilarious.
Imitating the Bellas.
They're dressed just like them too.
I don't think it's meant to be a tribute, Byron, although they certainly must have studied their tape to get the Bellas moves down like that.
I want to get a Nikki cosplay. Like, I want to get that top, but the only way to get that top nowadays is spending $70 on that top. I'm like, I can't. Not $70 on that top. And I want to get the hat, the Fearless hat. Maybe I could. I don't know. I have to decide a lot in the next couple, like, hours. Like, I have to decide if I want to go to Mania weekend and hopefully book that stuff. I just feel like very underprepared. I don't think it would be smart if I did, but I don't want to miss the opportunity. You know what I mean?
As this match gets underway, is there any concern the tag champs may be splitting focus between their opponents and the Bellas?
I agree. It could be giving Natalya and Beth Phoenix extra motivation to set these young champs straight.
Well, they're going to have to set a legend straight while they're at it, because Justine has come to ringside in the champ's corner. We'll see what role she plays in this match.
Oh, looking to cripple the leg. Slingshot Arabian press. Now, some might call that showing off, but what a display. What a way to flaunt your abilities. She's trying to get this thing done as quickly as possible.
Oh, what a kick.
Ooh, nasty flipping senton.
Oh.
Natalya out a little bit of trouble. Well, we knew going into this match that it would be physical, Michael, and I'm sure she will tag out when the time is right. From the knee to the jaw. Ooh.
Oh, that'll send a shock down your spine.
Setting up for something here. Body slam. Tag made.
What?
Oh, man, by the hair. And Beth can't stop any offense coming her way.
Yeah, Beth was running into a roadblock.
Looking worse for wear in the corner now. Knife edge chop echoing through the arena. Oh, man, what a strike.
Ooh, kick.
Nasty kick.
Ooh, nasty flipping senton.
High impact crossbody.
I'm already out of stamina. Is that like a glitch? Like, why do I lose stamina so fast in this game? It's crazy.
Gonna take a trip. The keys for the win. 2 count. She gets the shoulder up. What does she have to do to put her away?
I'm asking myself the same question. I have no idea.
What's up, Natty? What's up?
Picture perfect. She's going up. Top rope here. Soaring through the air and connects.
You want to talk about
Oh!
on the line.
Always an extra risk when you dive ringside. And she slides her back to the mat.
catching them at this point.
Telegraph that one and delivers a blow to the gut.
Oh, man.
Beth is really out of it. She might be done soon. And we just saw some serious offense.
Another big move. It's an up-good driver. Is there any life left in Beth? Ooh.
Oh, the slap! Oh my god. The yeah, baby. Real. Oh my god. What the?
And just in time.
She got launched. Sent crashing to the floor.
She reversed. Fuck.
Oh, a nasty stop to finish it off.
She's got it. Got her shoulders down.
Oh my god, that was so close. Get off me. Oh. Oh my fucking god. I move my controller and it seriously disconnects. It's so frustrating.
How close was that? Beth caught by the counter.
Beth about to hit me with the Glam Slam.
She flips it back on her. Ouch.
And that was a well-targeted attack.
Beth, no! Oh my.
Clothesline. And now what is she doing? Leaving the ring? She's taking
Yeah, your friend's off the buckle now, bitch. Oh. Oh shit. What are you gonna hit me with a sharpshooter? Oh, she is. Wait, she just did my finisher. Wait, she just taunted me with my finisher. That was kind of nasty.
Match continues.
Sent out of the ring, not sure she wants to be here.
Not accurate. Natty would never.
Chance to appreciate this. Could do it.
She kicks out with force.
Looks like there's some more fight left in her. And a stop to the gut, too.
Get up, Natty. Yes, please. What?
Can you believe she powered out? Sinking elbow. Natalya wasn't ready. Now it could be over.
Nice.
Here are your winners.
Toxic.
Toxic. I want Dunkin' Donuts.
You can't touch. You keep dreaming on the stars above.
The tag team champions rival.
Oh, we're doing it right now?
One grueling match to stand tall over the tag team division once and for all.
Past, present, and future. Those are some serious bragging rights.
The champs have had some extra pep in their step with Justine in their corner, but they'll have to beat the Hall of Fame Bellas all by themselves tonight.
Into the ring again. What a forearm. Able to capitalize on Ava's mistake.
Smash! And she gets herself out of a
Brie mode. Oh!
A well-executed move we just saw there. Turned that one around. She's fighting back.
She's fighting. Oh, I'm leaving. Excuse me. Why are we at Clash of the Castle? Hold on a second. What's up? She does the Brie mode scream? That's everything! Oh, you're done, Nikki. Bye! The way she no-sold going through a table, she just got right up. There is no rope breaks in an Extreme Rules match. Be real. Ava, can you deal with Brie? Like...
Not where you want to be right now. That was taking the attack to the competition with that one. She's produced a sledgehammer. She is aiming to cause serious bodily harm. And that was a successful bit of offense with that maneuver. Dangerous intentions in her mind right now.
Oh!
That's a bad landing. And absolutely.
What?
Single leg takedown. We'll be looking for the single leg Boston Crab. And uncanny showing of power. I don't know what choice she has except to tap out here. She's gonna trying to break the submission, and she does. Quick return to the ring. With the championship on the line. Wards off the pin at 2.
She just dug down deep there, but I don't know if she'll be able to do it again.
When I do this...
The challenger is not in a great place. Yeah, the physical price of the Extreme Rules stipulation is really starting to show now.
Excuse me. I'm gonna go back up here if you guys don't mind.
Here she goes. Be careful. She's into the ring again. You gotta be careful.
Oh! What? Hold on, I'll do it one more time, Nikki, and you're gonna say goodnight after this one. Ref, get her off me. Ref, count this. Ref. I love that I'm just taking this whole match to my... It's literally a handicap match right now. Okay. I'll do this myself again. This is my 4th time going up here. Yeah, get her up. Get her up. Hi, guys. Hey, guys. Maybe I can do this to Nikki. Hi, Nikki. Oh! she no-sold it. What, Brie? What? You're trying to do your little kicks? You think you're something? Yeah, that's what I thought. Count this, ref. Nikki's down. Are you serious? Okay, this is it. Count it, ref. This is it. This is actually it. Count this. Count this. Count this. Thank you. The way I climbed to the top of the ladder 4 times.
WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, and Ava Marino.
These two superstars have combined to form something.
Nemeth, Seth, and Ava Marino.
Just cemented that for anyone who doubted them.
Hall of Fame worthy victory for the tag team champions.
These two looking like a force to be reckoned with with in the women's tag team division.
Can we break up? I don't wanna be with this bitch anymore. I wanna go after the solo title. Maximum male models. Sorry. Just hate this bitch. I think I'm gonna call it there because I've been streaming for almost 8 hours now, so. 7, excuse me. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna end stream. I don't know if I'll stream again tomorrow. I know I said I was going to, but I don't know. I'm kind of behind on a lot of work and I need to decide some things. So I'll stream either tomorrow or the next day or the next day. So if not anything, I'll definitely stream Tuesday because I won't be here on Thursday and Friday. But I will see you guys again later. I'm just gonna end stream because I would like to de-drag right now because I'm tired. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for hanging and talk to y'all later. Goodbye.